Taurus, welcome to your August 2024 reading. My name is Nigel and you have found alchemy. Okay, let's get started here. Lot on the table for sure. You do have the King of Cups here overshadowing your whole month. This could be you dealing with a Scorpio, male or female, a water sign, male or female, or simply, honestly, Taurus, this could be you trying to dip your foot. If I can pick this up, it is always an issue. Okay. It could be you trying to dip your foot into your emotions a little bit more. Do you see how he's reaching for the water? Even as an earth sign, you may have love on your mind. You may be wondering if it's safe for you to dip your foot into that water. It's very, very, very unclear right now. Let's just keep going here. You do have some sort of an opportunity waiting for you here, Taurus, and you might give up before you reach that treasure box. And the warning here, a slight warning, is to not give up. You're very close to something. You do have the gardener, so there are seeds that you have planted here in the past that are coming to fruition now as the gardener, for sure. You have air, and this air card came out, and it encompasses a lot of what's going on in August as far as the air signs, right? You have, air is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Of course, you might be dealing with someone who falls under that sign. But just to go over briefly, on August 9th, the moon is in Libra, trine Pluto in Aquarius, right? And on that day, you may need to get to the heart of something. Something may come up that is important for you to actually just cut to the chase. And I think Taurus people are extremely good at that. You may need to get to the heart of something. It's going to come up. Write down that date. On August 14th, Mars, it will be in Gemini, conjunct Jupiter in Gemini. Very airy, right? And it's a very lucky day for new opportunities. So definitely write that down. Opportunities and expansion. On August 17th, we have the moon enters Aquarius. And on this day, you should really be thinking about your future and focus on changes you want to make, things you want to get rid of, things you want to bring into your life. On August 26th, we have the moon in Gemini. And that is a perfect day to keep yourself busy and multitask. You'll be able to accomplish a lot that day. And finally, on August 29th, Venus enters Libra. And intimacy and passion is on the table. So that, King of Cups might be a foreshadow of some intimacy and passion that you will experience this month. Now, over here, you have the narcissist card, right? It says someone is too full of themselves. And it says redirect your thoughts. Focus on what you want to attract, not on what you fear will happen. So you might have some fears here, Taurus, about someone that is in your life, someone in general. You may have fears about being in a relationship and trusting someone. Someone may have called you a narcissist. Then again, you might be looking at someone else this month like they have narcissistic tendencies. The point here is to redirect your thoughts and focus on what you want to attract rather than what you fear. And I think for many of you, you do have a sort of fear on the table. And, could have come from your childhood, could have come from things that have happened that you legitimately went through. But no matter what, I think that this is on the table for a reason. You do have Ceridwen here. And this archetype is the crone, right? And you may be in a part of your life right now where you need to embrace the crone. Who is the crone? The crone is an older version of what we once were, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you're older. It just could be you've come to a point in your life where you're wiser. You've taken in a lot of different lessons. You've learned a lot. It is time to embrace this. Respect the crone. Bring introspection into her archetype within you. Many of you are reaching this stage in life if you haven't already, and some of you are quite young and are wise beyond your years. And this month you're being asked to tap into that energy. Here you have wide open, and this is a beautiful card of possibility. You have a lot of possibility here, Taurus. And it really, there are fears here on the table along with all these opportunities. So I think if you master your fears, and here, ironically, this is the master card, right? If you master all your fears, I think that you're going to get somewhere that you haven't been able to get to. It seems like some of you get to a certain point and 4 steps forward, 3 steps back type thing. And it seems as though it has to do with emotions, feelings, and love. On this card, it says, for those who wish to increase their personal mastery, strength of character, leadership, power, it says, become the master of your own destiny. Face your fears. Wow. See, we were talking about fears. Face your fears and learn to trust yourself. Focus on what you can control. This might be a bit of a task for some Taurians. Taurians do like their control. The problem is many times they are right. So to ask a Taurus to relinquish control is a very difficult task sometimes. It's a difficult task for them to pull off. This may be part of your learning experience this month here, Taurus. Here you have, you know what? Let me get my glasses. I don't use them often, but it says things will take off much sooner than you expect, right? It's a good time to take action, right? And this is a card of action, right? It's a card of taking off in a direction. I really like all this energy, but there is a question here on whether you're going to stick your foot into that water or not. He looks pensive. He looks a little worried. Perhaps you've been through things in your life, in your past, that makes you worried. There is something going on here where you're about to break through, and there is an obstacle within yourself that you may have to exert mastery over yourself this month. I think you may have to sort of dip your foot into that and throw caution to the wind and go to another level, get to another level of trust that you may be uncomfortable with. Here, let's look at the beginning of your month. You do have the Page of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Five of Wands, right? You may be battling things within yourself at the beginning of the month. You may be receiving messages that are unclear to you, right? For sure. You may be questioning someone's loyalty. You may be questioning the accuracy. You may be questioning the validity of some of the things you're hearing. It does say loyalty. You may be questioning someone's loyalty. The Five of Wands is sort of an upheaval, a bantering, a back and forth. It could be coming from within you, something bubbling to the surface here. Mid-month here, and we're going to clarify everything. Mid-month, you do have the Ten of Wands in reverse, which is really good because it lightens your load. It relieves some of the burden that you may be experiencing at the beginning of the month. The center of your whole reading, you do have the Ace of Wands coming in sideways, and this is the card of new beginnings, and the center is your whole month, and it's coming in sideways because it's a choice you have to make, and it kind of fits in with this. There's going to be a choice you have to make on whether to trust the situation or not, whether to trust something. There's something going on here that you're going to be asked to look at it differently than you normally look at it. You do have the Eight of Wands coming in reverse, so you are slowing down to make this choice. This choice, whatever it is mid-month, has you perplexed. It has you wondering if you're making the right choice. it's making you question your own judgment in many ways. I don't see anything bad here, but I do see some internal battle that you're going through. Even on this card, you do have the Six of Cups, which is you letting go of the past at the end of the month. There may be something in your past you really need to let go of in the proper way. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which is vision. It's another choice. Vision, right? You have the choice of whether to see something differently. You have the choice of a new beginning. Are you going to take it? What's interesting too is that you do have the world in reverse. So you may look at the world like it's very limited for you right now. You may be looking at your world like it's too limited for you. You want the world, you want expansion, you want to be wide open. It's very possible you may be bored. Some of you may feel constricted, like you're dying to get out and do something and you just don't know what it is and you need to release that. Your world feels very small right now and you're feeling very expansive. So that is a sort of back and forth energy, right? So before we clarify this, I'm going to go through your blessings and your warnings. And what's interesting is that you have all these you have these great cards for your warnings, right? There is a 10 of Cups here. There is an 8 of Wands, and you have Sagittarian energy there. The temperance. So these as warnings, right? I'm telling you, there is something that looks really good here, and you're going back and forth with it, trying to figure out, is it really what it seems? I am so slow to tell you to just, throw caution to the wind, because I understand this energy. This energy is energy of someone who's been through a certain amount of crap and doesn't want to go through more, and maybe is the crone at this point and wise, and, understands that there's something not right about something that they're seeing. But the warning here is to, give up before the good stuff hits you. There is something here. Let's look at your blessings before, and then we'll clarify everything. Yeah, in your blessings column, it is you working on something with other people. This could be one other person. This could be two other people. But there is something as a blessing you're going to be working on. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're working on yourself. You are planning for your future. This is the card of manifestation. There is something you're waiting for here, and it looks like it's going to come because you have the Empress. The Empress, people regard it as Taurian energy, Libra energy, or Aries energy. But whatever it is the card of fertility and abundance. So this waiting, this not being reactive, this sort of mulling things over and really taking your time, I think is going to be good, as long as you're not super critical, as long as you don't jump to your worst fears. Stick your toe in the water. Do something that you haven't done. I think that some of you have stuck your toe in the water, and I think you may have given up before you could break through to that part that you haven't seen yet, that you haven't been through yet, right? There is something there is a wall there. There is a wall there. Let's clarify some of this stuff here. I'll take half this deck here. Now show me the beginning of the month. It looks like you're questioning something here, Taurus. Whoop. 2 cards, I'll take them. You have dog far away. A distant friend is thinking about you. This could have something to do with someone who lives at a distance from you. And you have 2 dogs. Wow. Protection from a powerful friend. I always look at dogs like they're extremely loyal. You have the loyalty card here. There is someone here, Taurus, that is very loyal to you. Maybe you question that. There are too many dogs in this for me to take it any other way. There's someone that might live at a distance. There's someone that perhaps these 2 dogs represent the 2 of you, both being very strong, loyal, straightforward people. but there is something you're questioning at the start of the month that I think there's a warning here not to question it. Take it at face value. You have this new beginning card as a possibility, and you have here feather, someone you know. Yeah, you feel that someone is insincere. You're questioning them. You're questioning their motives. You're questioning their truth, their authenticity, and you're, as a result, very iffy about this connection. Show me the end of the month here. You have here scales. It says keep your life in balance. You are going to weigh things at the end of the month. You are going to weigh things. There is something that, there is something that you're wondering about. There is something that you don't fully trust. I'll get the other half of this. And there is something that you're going to weigh at the end of the month and try to figure out whether it's valid or not. But in mid-month, I have to tell you, you really believe that what you're hearing is just not true. And it may come from a certain type of fear that you have. You may feel that someone is narcissistic, but I'm telling you, it does say focus on the good things. There is no warning there beyond that, right? It does say master yourself. It does say you are wide open. You are the gardener. You're planting seeds. You have to use your wisdom. You're about to break through to something. Show me these warnings here for Taurus, please. See, Taurus, you do have the potential for great happiness, because even with this card here, you also have the Ten of Cups. You also have the Eight of Wands. I mean, there is something here that you're not seeing correctly. You have here at the end, it says temporary problems. You may be going through some problems here, but they are temporary. And I think that the amount of time you're going to go through this is going to really and truly depend on how much work you do. There is work you have to do. Look back on your life and see if you see a repeating pattern. Look at all your relationships, right? It would help to write them out, right? I don't know how old you are, but let's say you had two very important relationships because you're very young. Let's say you had 5 important relationships because you're on the older side. Whatever. Pick X amount of relationships, right? How you met, how it proceeded right after you met, and how it ended. Write it out as a story and be as honest as you can, knowing no one else is going to look at this except for you, and see if you see any pattern. And the only pattern I really want you to see is what type of people you're choosing and how it ended and your actions during all these things. Do you see a pattern? That's what the universe, God, Spirit is asking you to look at, to master yourself. To master yourself. Okay, let's dip into next month a little bit. You do have the Knight of Cups. I like this because he's wondering if he should stick his toe into the water, and this is an offer, right? This is somebody actually getting on their horse with their cup and riding into an offer. This could be someone offering you something. This could be you finally offering that cup to someone else. You have the Chariot, which is forward motion, right? Forward motion. It does say progress on this card. And you also have the King of Pentacles under it, which is, it says security, but everyone knows that primarily stands for Taurus, right? So you are going to be making progress if you do the work, Taurus, right? There is no tarot reading in the world that's going to tell you what's going to happen if you don't do the work. You know what work you have to do. You're a very smart sign, right? You do have here Isis, right? And Isis is, right, the card of manifestation, co-creation. It is a card to remind us that it is not just us in charge. It is us and God, / the universe, / spirit, whatever you'd like to call it. It is us in a partnership with spirit, co-creating everything. Spirit is asking you to master something within yourself so you could move on to the next level, right? so you don't feel perhaps stuck. You have a lot of really positive cards. Wide open, mastery, takeoff. But there's something blocking you, right? You even planted seeds here, right? What else do we have here? We have a change of seasons, right? And that goes with the Crone card. You may be entering a season in your life that's different from the seasons before. With nothing wrong with that, right? You have engagement. It says your love life is soon ascending to a higher level of commitment, right? And this is what will happen if you do the work. This is sort of a dip into September. But if you don't do the work, then you're going to end up in a different place. I mean, you just will, right? You have the moon. Intuition. Using your intuition. Sometimes things by the light of the moon aren't extremely clear. We have to sort of trust spirit as a co-creator, right? We can't just be a control freak and say, I'm going to do this, this, and this. You have to say, yeah, I'm going to take action in this direction and ask spirit for guidance, right? You have, well, here we go. You have a spirit here, right? It says, even if you can't feel the presence of your ancestors, they are with you. I believe this is spirit in general that is with you here. You're going to have to face something next month. Here is like a tiny bit of a warning, right? The Dragon's Lair with this card. You're going to be tested here a little bit next month. There is going to be somebody that comes in and tests your ability to decipher, right? You're going to have to decipher the good guy or the good people, the good situation from the bad. I think some of you have a problem deciphering these things. Maybe some of you are completely suspicious of everyone. Maybe some of you trusted the wrong people. There is certain work that needs to be done for you to get to the good stuff, but next month you're going to be tested and you're going to see the difference in vibration from someone who is pure of heart and someone who is acting pure of heart. Let's see what else here. On this side, we have activation. And yeah, you are activating your higher self. For sure, you're activating your higher self. I mean, that's what we've been discussing. And here's cycles again. Cycles and change of seasons, very simply put, is, changing one. And even the Crone, you're changing cycles in your life. You're being asked to elevate yourself into a brand new timeline. And if any of you are feeling boredom, that's why. You're not meant to be exactly where you are. You're not meant to be exactly in the situation you're in. You're being asked to level up, right? What else here? Let's see. Did we get everything that's on the table at least? I think we did. So let's pull from this deck. Give me 2 for Taurus, please. 2 for Taurus for August 2024. Taurus. You have somebody from your past that might make a reemergence here. You have memories and nostalgia and passion and chemistry. You might be sharing a passionate interlude with someone. That may be part of this. It may be part of this. It could be an air sign, but it is someone who may ask you to dip your toes in that water. And you're going to see a pattern re-emerge in yourself, and it's going to kind of be up to you to change the trajectory so the ending is different. You do have here, sneaking into next month, you do have the 10 of Swords in reverse, right? It is the possibility, Taurus, of you healing a very old wound that you have been carrying for a very long time and stepping into the sun. Leo energy. You have a Tower in reverse. You could avoid a Tower moment in this situation. There's a Tower moment that threatens to loom. But I think that you have so much control over this situation, it's not even funny. And here we are. You have the Emperor Aries energy, yes, but a person who is pretty much in charge of their own destiny and has the power, the resources, and the mind to push forward past this situation into a better place for themselves. This is something you have been waiting for that may come to fruition. You may be dealing with an Aquarian, or at the very least an air sign, because here it is again. This could very well be you, Taurus, stepping into a logical, very logical space. Yeah, and here's the forward movement again. You have the Chariot twice, Cancerian energy, forward movement. I love that for you. It's just really nice energy. Let's pull one of these cards for Taurus. For Taurus, please. For Taurus. Taurus, you pulled Gemini, right? Gemini. Well, Gemini is an air sign. You may be dealing with a Gemini for sure. At the very least, this is a multifaceted, balanced, curious, right? It says all those things on this card. And you may feel many different ways about this. You may revert back into old patterns. I think Gemini being a mutable sign, I think they're asking you to step into this energy a little bit and see all sides of something, not just your comfort zone. Your comfort zone very well might be a place of safety. Something may click in your brain when you get to a certain point and you revert back to a certain thing. And it's like a safety mechanism, right? And it's so automatic that you may not know it's there, or you may not understand that it's doing this, that it's actually doing this, right? You get to a certain point and boom, you turn around, right? And you close up. Very, very, very true. I'm going to pull one more card for you here, Taurus. Give me one more card for Taurus, please. One more card for Taurus. One more card for Taurus. You have groundedness, right? Groundedness. And you see those butterflies here and the planets. I really love this. Grounding to earth. It's very earthy energy, right? But it is the butterfly. It is, you're co-creating. And it does say companionship animals. You may have animals in your life that you feel extremely close with. But the truth is, it sort of goes with these dogs card. These dog cards. Can't speak. Something about loyalty, protection. Somebody at a distance, right? There is someone here. I really believe there is someone here that really cares for you, Taurus, and it really is going to be up to you to see it. And do let me know what this narcissist card means to you, because now I'm truly curious. I really wish you all the luck. Namaste.